Hi everybody, I'm Paul. I'm sitting here with Warren Haynes. You've been nice enough to come to the NAMM show this year.
Yeah.
Probably allergic to these things at this point.
It can be a little brain overload.
There's a lot of people here.
Yeah, but it's fun. You see so many people that you want to hang out with and talk to, but you don't really have time to do it. And but it's great. It's like a huge family reunion. But
it's almost like playing the gig in the audience, right?
Kinda, yeah. That's true.
So I had asked Warren to come to this show. There are three main amp endorsers for PRS: David Grissom and Derek Trucks and Warren Haynes. And I was hoping that on camera here you could talk a little bit about what's working for you with the amplifiers. The Warren I know wouldn't use something unless he loved it, because for you, if you're not winning the tone war, you're not winning, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you think about it that way.
Well, I'm sure everybody is that way to varying degrees, but for me, I have to be inspired by the sound that I'm getting back, and I can't just play what's in my head. If I'm one of those players that plays that I respond to what I'm hearing, so I don't just get up and go, oh, this is what I'm going to play, and however it sounds is however it sounds. I love to be influenced by the sound of the guitar and the amp, and that makes me play different notes than I was going to play, So when the amplifier and the guitar are working as a combination, then I'm not thinking about notes. I hit one note and it causes me to hit another one, and then it's just call and response with myself or with whoever I'm on stage with. So I can never be one of those people that compromises on the tone, and of course you and I go back 20-something years. We've been on the tone search forever, and we find great stuff and we try and find other great stuff, but I've just been really digging playing the amps. It's inspiring to plug in and already have a sound that makes you want to play. So for me, that's the beginning of the battle. And then what if we tweak this a little bit, and what happens if you do this? I'm really happy with the versatility too, because I can get cool, like fat gain sounds that I'm more known for, but I can also get these clean sounds that I don't use as much as I do the more gain sounds. But
if an amp sounds really sweet, you can play it clean.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
And it makes you want to play. If you have a clean sound but it's not forgiving, then it doesn't make you want to play. That's why guitarists are so inclined to turn up the gain, is because it makes you play better. Well, the least amount of gain you can use and still be inspired is usually the right tone,
Well, that's a sophisticated view, but I think the one that I've come to, the more I play, and I play with the Granger Bros, the more they teach me how to play, the gain comes down, not up, right?
Yeah.
Because there's something beautiful about where you pick the guitar light and it's not distorted, and the more you push into it, the amp does that thing,
And then also getting that sound by turning the guitar way down. If the gain's up, but if your guitar is on 5, 6, or 7, then you still have this clean sound, but if you hit it hard, there's some fur around it, And that's the kind of sounds I like, that you can get really easily out of small amplifiers and tiny amplifiers. But getting them on a big stage to do that is another question. And so that's something I've had good luck with your new amps.
So let's be specific. What amps are you using in the Allman Brothers?
I guess the original Dallas, and then the Super Dallas, and then one of them was modified to. I get confused on the modification version.
Well, we do a lot of custom stuff for you to make sure you're happy. But I think we sent you a 25th anniversary top with a treble and bass gain too as well. And usually the first 100-watt ones we ever make end up in you and Brian Farmer's hands, right?
Yeah.
So you've got some 100-watt ones as well.
So Farmer, the one that's my main one is just a regular Dallas. Right?
Well, we've been going to the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, so that's turned into
that's been the main was 25th
that's
anniversary.
getting the most.
Are you using the cabinets at all?
Yeah. and I dig the cabinets.
Is it a Paisley cabinet?
Yeah.
Is the Paisley okay, or is that good or bad?
Visually,
Yeah.
I like it. I got the Paisley head.
The first Paisley
You know,
amp we ever
you know.
shipped, I sent to you.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think having it on the Allman Brothers stage kind of made sense.
Well, because the rugs look like that?
Well, a lot of things, a lot of things are Paisley, including the audience.
All right, so what happened with the combos? So the next goal was that the combo sounded real. Sometimes single 12 combos just sound too boxy. Are you having that problem with the 30s?
No, I'm not having a problem at all with the 30s. I want to experiment with them more. I was thinking that they were going to be loud enough for the solo gig that I'm promoting my solo record starting in May, and I started wondering if they're actually going to be loud enough or if I'm going to have to go to a 50. But when you plug into the 30, it automatically sounds good, and it's a more old school kind of sound. Like you want to plug your 335 into it or something. It's got that. I can get a Freddie King type of sound out of it.
That's actually pretty close to what it is. It's kind of an old Freddie King tone. I never thought of that.
And so my new record has a lot of that. What I like is that they each have their own personality. So, and that is great for recording as well, because you can go, well, for this song, maybe it'd be nice to just plug into the 30 watt and go straight in.
Well, in the recording studio, that's perfect, but when you're playing live, it's just not enough ass to make up for the drum monitors or something. That's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, the bands that I'm in are loud bands. Now,
you've never been known for playing loud.
Comparatively speaking, maybe not.
I'm teasing you. I mean, look, the Allman Brothers started with 50 or 100 watts with JBLs. What was that about?
I stood next to Dickie for 12 years with, using 2 100-watt Marshalls with 2 412 JBL cabinets.
He was using them.
Yeah. And,
it gets to the point where you can't hear the drummer anymore. It's pretty loud, right?
Yeah. But, the Allman Brothers are a very loud band. Not as much now as it used to be. Gov't Mule's a loud band, but my band that's going to be touring behind my solo project, not quite as loud. So I'm looking to use a smaller wattage kind of rig, So, and I think it's important that each band, each project kind of have a different sound. They're similar enough to where they all sound like me, but I like changing it.
For everybody's take, I really appreciate you using the amps. If you didn't love them, I know in my bones you wouldn't be sitting here. And I appreciate the support. And the problem is, we're guitar makers. People want us to go home and say, don't make amps. But Doug Sewell and I think we have something special going.
Absolutely. And you got to keep it going. And people are going to listen with their ears. They're going to know that that's a great sound. And I mean, Derek and I using them together on stage with the Allman Brothers, we still get contrasting sounds, but they blend together great, and we're always going to sound different from each other, but it's that common ground that helps that blend be magical, and so we were both psyched that each other was going to be using them.
Derek's been wonderful to me as well, and he's got the same kind of thing. It's like very interesting. I actually got to experience his amp and his guitar because I'm always guessing. I've never played your guitar through your rig. I'm always guessing from my side. I actually got to do that. Sometime I should show up and you can let me experience it so I understand what you like, because I'm guessing, right? It's a good guess because you're using the stuff, but still at the same time, that experience will help me understand what you want at some point, so maybe we should do that. I think we did it. I thank you for doing this.